So, okay, this is a statement that was that in the Arab world they use a lot, and the Muslim world they say that we don't hate Jews, we hate Zionists. So, do you think that is a fair thing to say?
I would say I'm not sure they know exactly the meaning of Zionist, and that perhaps if we had a better relationship with them, we weren't so against it.
Okay. Okay. In the Arab world, they say a lot that they make this statement: we don't hate Jews, we hate Zionism, we hate Zionists. Do you think that makes any sense to you?
No.
Why?
I think that we have the right for defend a lot more than they do.
Basically, the claim is that before Israel, the Arabs were good for the Jews and they were very successful. But it's not so much. There was like a glass wall. The Jews can only come to. They were a minority with less rights than the Arabs in their states. And it's part of the Muslim religion. It's called a sculpture tax. That if you are a foreign, you pay taxes for the Muslim, and that's like that's their way to say we control you, we're superior as the Muslim religion. So basically, the claim that we're good for the Jews, not good for the Zion, it wasn't relevant. It wasn't right because because, like I said, the Jews were a minority. There were violence, there were pogroms, even in the Arab states. They couldn't get any job, or they were a section like you see the women in the Arab states today. So the same was for the Jews. They were a minority in the state, and they didn't get equal rights.
Okay. Where's your family from?
Morocco.
Both sides?
Yes.
Okay. And you know something specific in Morocco that happened?
Stories that my father kids threw stones at him because he was a Jew. There was violence. He was the outcast in the society because he was a Jew. He wasn't a complete.
The original question is: they see Jews as good, Zionists as bad.
So I'm saying it.
But aren't most Israelis Zionists anyways?
I didn't understand.
They say Jews are good, Zionists, Zionim, are bad. But aren't most Israelis Zionist?
Yes, but I thought it's like if there wasn't any Israel, so it's okay. We will be good for the Jews. I think they're saying that Israel can exist, but it has to be one state for Palestinians and for Jews. I think that's what they're getting at. No, I think it's a scam because once it will be like that, the Jews will it will become a Muslim state, and it will become another Arab state. We saw it in the revolution. It started as very democratic and very beautiful revolution, like
the Arab Spring.
The Arab Springs, and we saw it very fast. It became a Muslim revolution. The Muslims brothers got control on the state, and I think it will be the same fate for Israel if it will be one state.
Okay.
That's my question.
In the Arab world, they say that they don't hate Jews, they hate Zionists.
Sorry?
They don't hate Jews, they hate Zionism. Zionim.
Hate.
They hate.
Hate. Okay.
In the Arab world, they say that a lot.
In where?
B'olam Arabi.
Okay.
So the question is, what do you think of that? That they say they don't hate Jews, but they hate Zionists.
I don't think like this, and I don't hear about it a lot.
Okay.
I hear that, but it depends. It's not matter where you're from. You can hear that from Moroccan, from Ashkenazim, from everywhere. It depends.
What do you mean? You hear that? No. The question is, do you think that's a fair thing to say?
No, exactly no.
Okay. Do you consider yourself Zionist?
Sorry?
Not
obsessed, but yeah. I love my country, I do army, I believe my country. If you can call it like this, so yes. No problem with my country, I love it.
המשפט זה, אנחנו לא שונאים, הערבים אומרים, אנחנו לא שונאים יהודים, אנחנו שונאים ציונים. אז מה יש לך להגיד על זה?
אני לא מבין מה זה ציוני. ציוני זה אחד שכאילו, נוער ממשלה כאילו.
אתה מגדיר את עצמך כציוני.
אני לא יודע מה זה ציוני, אני יהודי, מה זה ציוני?
אתה ציוני, אתה לא מגדיר
אני לא יודע מה זה ציוני.
ציוני זה, אני לא יודע, אתה צריך להגדיר
אבל
אם זה
ישראל, כל הפלמ"ח, כל הנילי, כל המחתרת נילי, כל השר הגיבורת ישראל. יהודי רגיל, לחלוטין.
בסדר.
שעושה את עבודתו נאמנה.
אוקיי.
עבודת הקודש, עבודת הקודש בנאמנות, כן, משתדל.
נאמנות למה? או למי?
למה שהבורא ציווה אותנו לעשות.
ולחוקי המדינה, מה?
חוקי המדינה כמעט בזהים למה שהבורא ציווה לעשות, פחות או יותר.
אלא זה כאילו אם בתור המשפט הזה, אנחנו לא שונאים יהודים, אנחנו שונאים ציונים. אז מה יש לך להגיד על זה? אם נגיד שאני ערבי, אני אומר לך משפט כזה, מה היית אומר לי?
שמי שאומר את זה לא יודע מה הוא אומר. אתה יודע למה? כי מי שאומר את זה כמו שהוא יגיד, אני לא אוהב פיל צהוב עם אוזניים כחולות, אני אוהב סוס כתום עם אוזניים ירוקות. הוא לא יודע מה הוא אומר בכלל, הוא לא יודע מה זה ציוני, הוא לא יודע מה זה יהודי. מה זאת אומרת? הוא לא שונא ציונים, הוא אוהב את זה. שילמד מה זה יהודי.
זה בא מהתורה.
שילמד מה זה יהודי באמת, לא פלגים. שילמד מה זה יהודי, מה המהות של יהודי, ואחרי זה יחליט מה הוא אוהב ומה הוא שונא. הוא לא יכול לסנות משהו שהוא לא למד עליו והוא לא יודע אותו. איך אפשר?
יש ציונים גם כן. אומר לך, אני לא אוהב חרדים. כמו שעכשיו בממשלה. אני לא רוצה חרדים. גם ביהדות אותו דבר. אותו דבר, כמו שאתה שואל, אותו דבר. הנה לפיד אומר לך, אני לא אוהב חרדים.
זה כמו שתגיד, עכשיו תסתכל על השמאלנים שהולכים להפגנות בבילעין.
הוא ציוני בעצמו.
ותגיד, מה אתה אומר על היהודים האלה? הרי אתה רואה שזה משהו שהוא שולי. כמה יהודים אתה רואה שהולכים לעשות הפגנות בבילעין? זה קומץ של אנשים שסטו מן הדרך ולא מבינים את המשמעות של החיים. קוראים לעצמם שמאלנים, קומץ כזה של אנשים, ואיתם גם ציונים. תסתכל על המהות של ציונים, מה זה ציונים, מה הוא באמת צריך להיות, אחרי זה תחליט אם אתה אוהב אותו או לא אוהב אותו. לא להסתכל על אלה שקורא לו ציוני והולך עושה שם מטענים במסגדים. זה לא מקובל על הדת שלנו.
ציוני, אתה יודע מה המושג של ציוני?
נו.
בתורה רשום, כי מציון תצא תורה. זה לקוח מהתורה, הפירוש הזה ציון, ציוני. אתה מבין? זה הכל.
היום לקחו את ההגדרה ציוני והפכו אותה לקיצוני. זה הנקודה. קיצוני לא שווה ציוני. ציוני זה משהו אחר וקיצוני זה משהו אחר. הם לקחו את הקיצוניים שבציונים והפכו את זה לככה, זה לא ככה.
ואיזה דת אתה? מרוקאי ומצרי?
ההורים שלי נולדו בארץ. סבא שלי נולד במרוקו. והצד השני נולד בפרס ובמצרים. אבל אם תלך חזרה להורים שלהם, הם נולדו בארץ.
A second. Now, okay, another question. What is your ethnic background? איזה דת אתה?
My both parents born in Israel. My grandfather from Morocco and from Iraq.
Okay. So in the Arab world, they say a lot that they don't hate Jews, they hate Zionists. They hate Zionism. Do you think that's a fair thing to say?
Well, it's a bit complicated. I think Zionism, it's a bit different from being Jewish. Although I am a Zionist, so it's kind of complicated for me. I see the difference between being a Jew and being a Zionist. I can understand.
Well, what's a Zionist to you?
Zionist is a movement that want to that the idea of the Jewish people to be in his country, and it's different from Judaism because in the Judaism as a religion, it's not very the earth and the flag, the whole nationality is not that important in the Jewish religion. That's what I think.
So the first one is, in the Arab world, they say that they don't hate Jews, they hate Zionism.
Okay.
So what, do you think that's a correct thing to think or say? What do you think of that?
I believe each person has his own opinion, so it's hard for me to give an answer.
Okay. But I assume, let's say most...
In general?
In general, I mean, I assume that your parents are most likely consider themselves Zionist, I'm assuming?
Yeah, they do. I don't.
Okay. Okay, so why? So explain, because I don't think they necessarily understand what Zionism is and the difference between Judaism and Zionism. So maybe explain your parents' perspective and your perspective.
Okay, so I believe that my parents' perspective is just, I don't know, come to Israel after the World War II and to have the, peace land of us. For me, it doesn't matter the land. Like, I don't mind going to Uganda. I really thought it was a better idea even without all of these war things and just come here to vacation if you're Zionist. I think it's a better way.
Well, then we would be at war with Ugandans, but we'd probably be at war with Uganda. But
yeah, probably. But I believe that less we will get in, I don't know, some way to peace. But that's my opinion. But I don't understand anything in politics. So.
Okay. What's your background? Is it data?
I'm half. I'm half German, half Moroccan.
Okay. Okay, this could apply to you. There's a statement that people in the Arab world make about, and they say, we don't hate Jews, we hate Zionism, we hate Zionists. Does that make any sense to you?
It doesn't, actually.
Why?
Because you can say about all of the Jews, but I think like the most Jews, like Zionism and Judaism, like is almost, the same thing.
Well, what is Zionism to you? I think
is proud to be a Jew. Is want to be a Jew. That's Zionist for me. And mostly and support Israel. That's the second thing.
Your ethnic background? Is it data?
I'm Jewish.
No, I know, but from where?
I'm Israeli. My family was born here. My grandparents here.
And where do you know where they came from?
No, they're in Israel since the last century, since how can I say it? A long time they're here. They've been living in Jaffa.
Okay.
For a long time.
Okay, so I can ask you this. A lot of people in the Arab world say that they don't hate Jews, they hate Zionists. Zionism and Zionists. Do you think that's a fair thing to say?
Well, I think that it's better than that you say that you hate all the Jews, but still it's not okay, because I believe that that Zionism is legitimate, and our being here, that the Jewish people being here is legitimate. So
explain what Zionism means to you.
Zionism means to me the will to live in Israel, specifically, not in general any country in the world, but in Israel specifically. It means that if one day one gives me the option to live in another country, I would say no, because I believe that the Jewish people connected to this land, and this land is more than just land. This is the place where all the Jewish history began. So I think it's the most right way to live our life as Jews here.